The leader of the free world will be in Reno today visiting with a local family. We'll have all the details on President Obama's visit coming up.
Plus, the deadline to get a special events permit for the National Championship Air Races, that is quickly approaching. So how are the event organizers feeling about their chances of getting that permit on time? We'll have the latest.
And another suspect linked to that alleged assault and carjacking at TMCC has been caught, but police say it wasn't easy catching him. We'll have the details on that. Welcome to Friday, May 11th, 2012.
You're watching News 4 Today in high definition.
And a good Friday morning, everybody. Welcome to this edition of News 4 Today as we get you going on the 11th day of May. I'm Bill Frankmore.
And I'm Karen Griffin. Time is now 6:30 on your Friday morning. Of course, huge day here in northern Nevada. The president will be here in just a few short hours. Also, big talker nationally is the J.P. Morgan Chase debacle.
Yes, absolutely. They're talking about losing $2 billion in 60 days, and they may not have revealed all the losses there. We're going to see how that's opening up at the stock market open in just a few minutes. I imagine it might be soaking up some losses right now, perhaps other financials. It's going to stoke up some fears with the other banks as well. When you think of that bank, though, that was one of the steadier ones through the whole bank collapse of about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, so they were the ones that were kind of looked up to in the whole bank crisis.
Exactly. We're going to have much more on that. Check in with John Sanchez, get the details with the market open in just about 4 minutes. But first, politics. It is a big day in northern Nevada. President Obama is expected to be in Reno later today.
Dina Kupfer is live at the Reno Tahoe International Airport, where Air Force One is expected to touch down later today. Good morning, Dina.
Good morning, Bill and Karen. A very big day is on the records for northern Nevada and Reno. Nevada, of course, one of the major swing states and will be very influential in deciding who the next president will be. Also, though, Washoe County is definitely going to be put as the spotlight center of attention on Washoe County today, a very swing county. So this also is going to play a very crucial role in the next presidential election campaign. Now, President Obama is turning his attention to the economy after a day spent raising millions of dollars for his campaign at George Clooney's home in Los Angeles yesterday, and he's also coming off that huge media wave of his newly declared support for same-sex marriage. And during today's visit, President Obama will be meeting with a local family to discuss his next initiative. He's expected to call on Congress to act on a to-do list that he has created to cut the so-called red tape so homeowners who are current on their mortgages can refinance at today's historically low rates. Nevada, of course, ranks second in the nation for foreclosed on homes and has the highest unemployment rate in the country. So President Obama is expected to talk about both of those topics. Now, in recent years, Washoe County has trended democratically. Obama did win Nevada in his 2008 presidential campaign, but we spoke with former Senator Sheila Leslie, who explains Washoe County also is the county for independent voters.
We also see in Washoe County, as the nation does, a trend towards more independent voters. And when you add that into the mix, it's a great proving ground for candidates to hone their message and to try and convince Washoe County, Nevada, and the nation that they are the candidate who should be elected.
And because Washoe County is such a swing county, we are expecting President Obama to make more visits here before the 2012 election kicks off. Also, Mitt Romney on the Republican side should be coming to Reno as well to speak about his platform. But something we want to let you know about for today, the Reno Tahoe International Airport, if you're coming here, you will want to expect some delays this morning in just a couple of hours to prepare for Air Force One. Security is going to be very tight here. So if you have family coming in, arriving, or departing, be sure to expect delays. Also, the cell phone parking lot is going to be closed. It's closed at 6 a.m. and that will be closed until 2 p.m. until Air Force One departs our area. We will have much more coverage coming up from President Obama's visit. Of course, we will be covering this event live for you on News 4, so be sure to keep it here for all of the leader of the free world's speech and campaign talk here in Reno. For now, I'll send it back to you.
And Dina mentioned the George Clooney fundraiser last night. Gosh, it'd be nice to be a fly on the wall there, to be part of the press corps that night.
150 people, yeah. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood were there. Apparently, they all ate dinner on George Clooney's basketball court in his home. So how'd you like to be able to serve 150 on your basketball court?
You know, I can do it. I can do that. That's no big deal.
Casa de Griffin is a big one, apparently.
Not really.
6:34 is the time. Let's get a quick peek outside. We've got some beautiful weather for the president's visit, no doubt about that. Jen's got our weather on the floors once again. Yes. And moms are going to be getting a treat as well.
Yeah, you know, last year when the president was coming, it was very windy. I don't remember what Mother's Day was like last year, but I do remember Memorial Day was snowing.
Yeah, wasn't as nice as it's going to be this weekend, I can promise you that.
It's true. I think this May we do have a lot better weather, and that's what's in store really for your weekend. Beautiful clear skies outside right now. The haze from yesterday is now gone. We kind of cleared that out by the late afternoon, early evening yesterday. And as we look ahead to how your day is going to shape up, we're going to start off with a brisker morning. Grab yourself that light jacket this morning. 44 at Reno with no wind and your humidity at 38%. 25 right now at Truckee, 29 at South Lake Tahoe, 47 at Lovelock, and 43 this morning at Fallon. Winnemucca's wind speeds are a little bit stronger this morning at 12 miles per hour. It's a clear satellite radar picture with some clouds in central Nevada off east around Eureka and Ely, and that's where some showers are kicking up, but moving east more into Utah. As you look into western Nevada, northern Nevada, we have clear skies, and that's what your Pacific picture shows as well. So 73 was that high yesterday, 1 degree above average, no precipitation, and your sunset tonight will be at 8:03 p.m. 73 and 37 today at Cold Springs. So basically what this map is going to show is lower 70s for the foothills, some 30s tonight around Spanish Springs and Cold Springs, and then higher 70s as you look down towards the valley around Reno, Sparks, Carson City. Now as you move up to the Sierra, we're still getting down to the 20s, 30s overnight. So very cold still, brisk overnights, but above average days. As we look ahead through your weekend, very warm Sunday, 3 degrees away from 90. Some instability Monday, could see some thunder, maybe hear some thunder. And then as we look ahead to next week, 80 stay in your forecast. We threw in some cumulus clouds as well because there's about a 10% chance of thunderstorms, mainly over the Sierra, all of next week.
All right, looks good. Thank you so much. Let's check on your commute on this Friday morning as traffic is starting to pick up. We have Dan Lopez on the phone who's filling in for Trooper Chuck. Good morning to you, Dan.
Good morning, Bill. How are we doing this morning?
Well, thank you very much.
Good. Well, we're seeing an accident-free commute this morning, and I have no slowdowns to report. I'd like to remind everybody to wear their seatbelts and watch out for construction projects that are going on right now. Back to you in the studio, Bill.
All right, thank you so much for that, Dan. We appreciate it. Well, we want you to know rather about some road closures that are happening this weekend so you can avoid them because of continuing construction. The Interstate 80 westbound Virginia off-ramp, that's westbound Virginia off-ramp, closed this weekend. The exit will be closed starting tonight. Plans are to have it open again by early Monday morning. Drivers are encouraged to use the Wells Avenue or the Keystone Avenue off-ramps as alternative routes.
The suspect accused of being involved in an assault and carjacking at Truckee Meadows Community College Wednesday has now been caught. According to Sparks Police, 30-year-old Jeremy Carlson was considered armed and dangerous. He was caught late last night, and detectives say they followed him to the La Quinta Inn on Villanova Drive. When they tried to stop him, they say Carlson tried to get away by jumping a fence toward Highway 395. A Reno police canine stopped him at Plum Lane and he was taken into custody. Detectives believe Carlson was involved in a number of burglaries in the Reno Sparks area, and at the time of the arrest, police say he was carrying an amount of meth large enough to warrant drug trafficking charges, and he was driving a stolen car. He faces those charges and more stemming from that carjacking and robbery case at TMCC. And detectives are still looking for an unidentified woman this morning who they believe is linked to that TMCC case. She also is considered armed and dangerous. If you have any information, give a call to one of those numbers on your screen. Secret Witness is 322-4900. And we have an update on the search and rescue for those missing hikers overnight. The Washoe County South Sergeant tells News 4 crews spent more than 2 hours looking for the missing hikers in the Mount Rose area. It turns out they were camping, and they apparently were not in any danger. The sergeant says a separate group of hikers called at around 10 o'clock last night, saying they saw and heard people yelling and they seemed distressed. Search and rescue crews were sent out and were able to find them around 12:30 this morning. Again, no one was in danger.
Well, time is running out for the Reno Air Races to obtain a special events permit to hold the National Championship Air Races at Stead Airport. At a meeting yesterday, the airport's air racing committee recommended a 1-year permit instead of a 5-year permit that had previously been suggested. They also want RAH to obtain insurance coverage of $100 million specified by the board.
So we're working on right now is putting together the last few elements of different companies who will commit to portions or percentages of the total requirement.
Recommendations will now go to the Airport Board of Authorities next week. They are the ones who will approve or deny a special events permit. It is now 6:39 on your Friday morning. Well, stock futures were heading lower overnight, led by the financial sector in the wake of that huge loss at J.P. Morgan Chase on trading bets gone wrong. Let's find out how the market is opening up this morning. We have our good friend and financial planner John Sanchez on the phone. How we looking, John?
Hey, good morning, Bill. A little bit of weakness on the Dow Jones Industrial Average side, or actually for all of the major indices, but J.P. Morgan obviously quite a bit more than the overall market. I'll get to J.P. Morgan in just a second. Here's your snapshot. Down 58 right now on the Dow, 0.45% loss at 12,797. Nasdaq losing 4 points at 2,929. 6-point loss on the S&P 500 at 1,351. Well, about 4 o'clock yesterday, J.P. Morgan held I'll call it kind of an emergency conference call with the analyst. Their CEO, Jamie Dimon, said the bank suffered a $2 billion trading loss on derivative investments. It was basically a hedging technique that went south on them. And, no one really knows at this point what the overall damage. I've seen estimates anywhere between $800 million to $1 billion net loss. That'll affect their earnings this quarter. But keep in mind, this is a company that makes $35 to $40 billion net profit in a year. So right now it's just more of a psychological issue, but the stock is definitely being punished, down 9.35% for the Dow component, a $3.81 loss to $36.93. I'll leave you with a good story. Reno Pharmaceuticals, trades under the symbol ARNA. They're the first company in 10 years to have the FDA approve a weight loss drug, an obesity drug. And right now we're seeing that stock rising very dramatically, up 71%, $2.60 increase to $6.26. Bill and Karen, I'll send it back to you with the Dow down 54, NASDAQ losing 3, S&P lower by 6. Have a great weekend.
All right.
You do the same. Thank you so much for that, John. Well, more extreme weather ripped through the South. This time it injured students while they were at school. We'll have details coming up after the break.
And here's our job of the day on your Friday. For this and more, head to our website, mynews4.com.
Your travel forecast this morning shows a now clear airport at Houston, but it does look like we have a slight delay at Newark International in New Jersey due to weather and wind. We'll be right back with your full forecast.